Today I'd like to rise to honor a very good friend that passed away this last week. And I'll ask my colleagues if I can have their attention. I'd like to take this time to honor the memory of a World War II veteran, George Olshove, who was the father of my predecessor and good friend, Senator Dennis Olshove. Many of you might remember George. He had come up here a number of times during our annual Memorial Day service, and he always enjoyed it, always had a smile on his face, and enjoyed the camaraderie of meeting some of Dennis's former coworkers as well as meeting many of you. George passed away on Monday, December 7th, which again is an ironic twist of fate, having been a World War II veteran to die on Pearl Harbor Day. He was born on March 18, 1920 in Parisville, Michigan, to the late Peter and Frances Olshove. I would like to extend our deepest sympathy to George's wife, Helen, whom he married on February 19, 1949 in Detroit. And additionally, their son, the former senator, my predecessor, Dennis Olshove, and his wife, Fran, his daughters, Ellen and her significant other, Timothy, and Elaine and her husband, Patrick, as well as the 10 grandchildren, Stephen, Michael, Mark, Ryan, Joseph, Thomas, Kara, Laura, Erwin, and Rachel. Many of you may even remember Mark was a page here for about a year. George was a devoted family man who loved to have his family around him, and he always had a smile on his face. He served in World War II and was part of the 340th Army Corps of Engineers from 1942 to 1946. He often referred to his military service as a great adventure. He served in Alaska, New Guinea, the Dutch East Indies, the Philippines, Australia, and the Pacific Theater. Because our country was founded on the beliefs of independence, democracy, equality, freedom, acceptance, and life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, George has always believed his military service, all who served, and all who are currently serving are critical to the heritage of American freedom. He truly understood what a great price is paid by all those who serve, be either in the military or by other means, including politics. He was very proud to serve and was a member of the VFW Bruce Post in St. Clair Shores and the Disabled American Veterans. His career consisted, he had worked as a sheet metal worker, a skilled tradesman since the 1930s, and was a proud member of Sheet Metal Workers Local 80. His 70-plus years in his industry was a very important part of his life, and he will always be remembered for sound judgment, loyalty, and hard work as a skilled tradesman. George also considered it to be an honor to be a member of the Knights of Columbus. In his spare time, he also enjoyed cars and airplanes, and in his later years, one of his favorite times was when he was able to fly in a plane that conducted a mid-air refueling mission. Whenever you crossed paths with him, George was quick to ask how you were doing. His love and dedication to his family was his top priority. He will be remembered by his family as a dynamic individual who was very dear to their hearts. While we know that all who had the pleasure of knowing George will treasure their memories of him and the time spent with him, we also know that George valued their love and friendship. While George lived a very full 95 years, he will not soon be forgotten, and I hope that his family will find comfort in their memories of this individual who is a member of the greatest generation. I'd like to request a moment of silence and respectfully request that my remarks be printed in today's journal.
Senator Bieda's remarks will be printed in the journal. Will all the members and staff and guests please rise for a moment of silence and thank George Olshove for his service to our country, and his prayers and thoughts are with his family.